lived with someone with a disability my whole life, so while thinking about traineeships I looked into MDS because that's where my brother goes. So I contacted Elise and started doing volunteer work with the vocation care, and then after that started the traineeship 1 day a week at school, did school based for 2 years and continued to do that, then got offered a full-time employment after the 2 years, and I've been working ever since with MDS.
Tell us about your brother.
He's got Down syndrome. He's 28 now, so he's been around a long time. He's helped me grow as a person, I feel.
Did you ever think when you were at school you'd work in the disability sector?
No, never. It was only that I started doing the volunteer work that then it made me think maybe this would be a good job for me.
What did you have to do as a volunteer?
I'd worked with the vocation care, so the under 18s, and just help the staff do their roles. So it was more just, because I was quite young, I was only 16 when I started, so I was pretty much the same age as the children, so I was their friend more than I was a staff member. And then growing through the volunteer, I started with the adults, and that was a daunting experience because all of them were quite a fair bit older than me, being a 16-year-old, and the youngest was about 19, so that was a bit daunting, I didn't really know what to do. But I think it's helped me being a support worker because I can understand that they're quite young, a lot of the guys, and that I can support them and understand what they're going through being so young. Just because they're disabled doesn't mean they're not going through the things that I went through when I was 18, so I feel like I can help them through some things.
What was the greatest surprise for you working as a volunteer?
The range of disabilities I found. My brother, when he was at school, we went and saw him, but I didn't see the aspects of, the different aspects of autism and different ranges of disabilities. That was quite a rude shock to me when I went into the vocation care.
And so then working as a volunteer, did the thought enter your mind around about then, I wouldn't mind doing this as a job?
My first day.
Really?
Yeah, my first day.
Why?
Just, I saw how the kids were, and it gave me joy to see how they were acting and how they enjoyed coming to program, and I wanted to be a part of that. So it was about the first hour of the first day I knew it. When I was a volunteer, it was more about just being a friend, I felt. And then when I went into my traineeship, I had a bit more responsibility. I had a bit more to do with the clients in the fact of goals and personal care and feeding and all the rest, where as a volunteer I didn't do that because I was working with the children. When I worked with the adults, it was more hands-on and more responsibility. Then as I went into full-time, it was even more responsibility.
When you're working with MDS, are you getting ongoing training from MDS?
Yeah, I'm doing my certificate 4 now in disabilities, but every 6 months, and I always feel like I'm getting trained in different things. We especially at my site, because we have a lot of manual handling, so we have ongoing training to do with different procedures and things that need to go out with the personal care and manual handling of the clients.
And at your site, what do you actually do there?
It's a wheelchair personal care site. We have a lot of wheelchairs. We have about 7 wheelchairs, and so there's a lot of them that has to do personal care and feeding. And
what are the people you work with like?
The staff?
Yeah.
They're great. I love the girls I work with. They're always really helpful. If I ever need anything, they're always there for me. And especially even outside of work, we're all quite good friends, and I wouldn't change where I work. All the staff at MDS are really helpful. So even if I can speak to other sites and they can give me advice on how to deal with clients and things like that, so it was really helpful. And if I ever need anything, I know that the staff at head office will always help me.
So for people who are thinking of volunteering or a traineeship, what would you share with them?
Just to try it out. I didn't know if I could do it. I have a brother with disabilities, but that doesn't mean that I can handle it. But I came to MDS and I attempted it, and like I said, first day I loved it, and I knew that was a career for me.
What about the clients?
Clients great. I love the clients. They're they're always playful, and a lot of the guys at MDS are quite young, and they're quite fun to be around. They'll always help you. As a trainee, I had the clients telling me what to do, and they knew exactly if I was doing the wrong thing, and they'd tell me, which was really helpful because you didn't feel like you were doing something wrong, they'd tell you. So it was always good to have the clients that could talk to verbalise if they had any issues, and they're always fun to be around, all the clients at MDS.
And they must like you as well.
Well, they must.
You'd soon find out pretty quick,
They
wouldn't
definitely would.
Thanks very much, Kath.
You're welcome.